As our climate gets warmer and wetter, we're going to find that the coronavirus is much more readily transmissible, especially in the summertime. We're going to see that it's going to get into pockets of people where it wouldn't normally go. And the reason for that is because moisture is a precipitating factor for life. And anything that has a moist environment and has its own food and can live for a very long time. The nucleic acid is a very unique protein that, unless you take it to extreme heats, you can't disentangle it. It's a tertiary protein, and so when you fry it and you get it really hot, then it goes away. But it's also a protein. It's not like bacteria. Bacteria don't handle ultraviolet light well. That could be something to look into. However, I have a bad feeling about places like Georgia, Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas, Oklahoma, even. When we get to the summertime, we might see it being transmitted to many people who have very weak signs and symptoms, that when it gets cold, it really picks up with such a vengeance because people have been sick for a long time. And we know that you can be sick for up to 40 days. Wuhan, China has shown us that not only can you be sick with it, but when you're not sick with it, you still have it. They don't know if it's transmissible. However, it appears that it would be transmissible if it was unhappy with its host. Remember that your body is its place of living. And when your body is unable to give it what it needs, then it replicates. Or maybe it's stress, or maybe it's a food product. For all we know, it could be some specific thing that we're doing that's changing the script of the DNA itself and causing it to shed, kind of like the actual shedding of cells, or herpes. Your herpes isn't always with you; it goes away, but in times of stress and times of other things, it'll come back. So the coronavirus is very unique and very adept. The worrisome part about this is that you cannot vaccinate somebody for something that has already 40 variations. You just have to be wary of the variations that are the most deadly, because it takes the best part of all viruses that you've had. And so when it rebuilds itself, it's on the chain that enables it to retranscript itself that has already identified other viruses in your body. And so the rewrite of itself is using the other viruses that you've had to recreate itself when it sheds itself from your cellular structure. That being said, we're not winning. Humans are not winning. You can't lock it down and beat it. The biggest, most adept country in the world, China, the best communist country in the world with the most authority in the world, the most capable people ever, couldn't stop it. And that's it. There's nobody in the world that could have more authority than China. So God bless them. Thank you for showing us. Because if you couldn't do it, none of us can do it. And it's coming back to you, and you know it. And people are sick down there again. You can hide it. It doesn't bother us. It doesn't matter. You can lie to the whole world. But don't lie to yourselves. People are still sick. You're the greatest country as far as communism is concerned. You are the best country. And you couldn't beat it. Look at my eyes. See that? You get red-eyed with it. Bone aches. You get bruises, random bruises on your body. Back of your throat hurts. Dizziness. A headache right through the middle, like right in the middle of your head. I have high level of exposure to this. I went on a trip from where I live across the country and was with multiple populations. So, no fevers. I mean, off and on, really quick. Like, boom, I'm really hot. Oh, and then like 10 minutes later, I'm cold and I'm chilled. So, fluids. That's what I recommend. Fluids. Drink lots and lots of fluids. Remember that the interstitium of your body requires fluids in order to be capable to move stuff through it. If you get a backup or a block up in your kidneys and you can't get rid of this, you can't excrete it because it's shed into your system, then it'll back up and leave the places that you don't want it to, like your eyes your nose, your ears, your throat, your lungs. And if it finds a spot that it thinks is more easier or readily able for it to excrete itself through, it'll fill up your lungs. Just it'll make them into a hyperporous structure and right through. Because think of it, if it's in your urine, it's in your fecal material, it means it's changing the glomerular filtration rate. And the only way to modify your own body is to increase your fluids. And always remember that God loves you. You don't have to believe in God. God believes in you. That's how it is. So God bless God.